All right, let's talk open guard for a minute. And as I have now been about 11 years fully immersed in this idea of invisible or hidden jiu-jitsu, the Hickson style of jiu-jitsu had a tremendous amount of benefit of training closely with my friend Henry Akins and also some other sources. One of the things that is a major distinction between how most people, even if they're exceptionally good, approach playing different positions and how this particular approach differs from that. And honestly, even if you had the exact same ability in terms of outcome, like I'm able to match up with somebody and submit them 3 times in a certain time period, even if that is equal with the two approaches, there's no question that one is more efficient. And so I'm just going to share this as it relates to open guard, because if you start to get this concept, it can really start to change things for you. And at the very least, even if you only have the exact same outcome, I would argue it's probably going to be better. You'll start to notice that you're using much less physical energy, which matters when it comes to endurance, especially as you get older, and especially if you're not maybe the most natural athlete or in the peak physical condition. So let's take a look here really quick. So let's say I'm playing an open guard situation, and whether we're talking gi, no gi, it doesn't really matter. Obviously, just a difference in my grip opportunities if we're talking about a gi. But from here, if Steve is not, my opponent is not holding me down, then understand you always have the ability to get up. What now people are talking about a whole piece of the game called wrestle up. But there's no reason, there's nothing saying that I have to stay down here on my back or even on my butt. I can start to get up. Get up could mean wrestle up into them to try and take them over, reverse the position, or get up as though we're doing a technical stand-up and get away, create more distance. So the moment that your partner realizes they have to hold you down, because if not, I'm going to start to get up, then that means they have to commit weight and pressure to you. And that's good for them if they get ahead of you with their weight-based pressure passing. The problem is, nobody, no matter how good they are, if I have a good control with my legs, is able to simply pass me without using their arms at all. Even though he wants to maximize his body weight and have his arms just be helpers, he does need to involve his arms. And that means that every time his arms or his head, meaning his neck, come into this space before he gets chest to chest to me, anytime he's coming in chest to hips, chest to belly, he's in the danger zone. And so the paradigm shift here is, instead of thinking that I always need to have multiple points of control, meaning both of my legs and my arms, instead what I'm thinking is I just control my opponent with my legs, and then my arms are always free to start snatching up their limbs or their neck when it comes into the danger zone, okay? So from here, I can be thinking that the moment Steve starts to initiate his pass, I'm using my legs for distance control, and now as soon as he starts to come into my airspace, I can immediately just start to attack, okay? So there's many, many attacks. We're not gonna go over them all right now. Just scoot back a little bit. You just come down for your knees for a second, okay? Right? There's many, many different styles of attack, but if you think about it, what are all the different places? Just study this as your opponents start to pass you. Where are they going to be putting their arms? On your legs, on your body, okay? They should know not to put their arms way out like this, but they're still going to land somewhere. They have to be able to have some sort of control over your legs to be able to initiate that. So you can start thinking, what here can I start to take away so that as soon as they come into that airspace, but before they can actually start to pass my knee line and use their weight to compress me, what can I start to take away from them? And then this can really start to change the entire tenor of your open guard game, make it much more simple, but extremely effective, and all without using more energy.